It's typically an exciting thing for a student athlete to go through a major growth spurt, especially if you're a young basketball player.
But our Nick Pecoraro explains why that's been a bit of a setback for Jake Westman, a senior from Christian Brothers who experienced both pain and perseverance.
2023 has represented a huge turnaround year for Christian Brothers hoops. With only 6 wins in each of the previous 2 seasons, the Falcons have nearly doubled that total this year. And a big reason for their reemergence is senior Jake Westman.
Oh man, Jake's the glue. He's the glue of our team. He's our 5. We run him at the center position because we believe his athletic ability. He can beat pretty much everybody up and down the court. He's just everything that we need. We go as he goes.
At first glance, you notice Jake's fearless play, the nearly 7 points per game, the 4.5 rebounds per game, and another 1.5 assists per game. But what you don't see is the constant pain and discomfort Jake endures after each game. The 18 hours per day with a back brace to help the severe scoliosis, a result of a major growth spurt when Jake was 14.
So I pretty much started noticing it like sophomore year during COVID. So we were at home, I was at Zoom classes, just sitting down all day, and I would just feel my back getting tighter, and it wasn't until probably last year, junior year, when I finally went to the doctors and they were like, oh yeah, you have scoliosis. I couldn't walk, I couldn't get up. I was just constant pain and I couldn't run or jump.
Jake's physical condition greatly limited him during his junior season.
I couldn't like play at all, so I was just on the sideline here at practices, just watching and observing, and yeah, it was pretty sad just watching everybody else play, and I couldn't do anything.
He would come home from practice and scrimmages and games and complaining about his back hurting. They did some x-rays and he had a 37% curvature rate at the time. But probably about a year later, we went in for another follow-up x-ray and it was up to about a 58% curvature.
So pretty much my spine is shaped like an S.
Basically, they said over 50% degree curvature would require surgery. So without it, it's just going to progressively get worse. So if he never had surgery, it could eventually be 90 degrees when he was older.
It's never been a question of whether or not Jake would have surgery, but more of a question of when.
If we do surgery right after high school graduation, then he's not going to be able to play sports for a year, so he won't be able to play his freshman year in college. If we wait till after he graduates from college, he's going to be in pain for 4 more years.
To hear that it may not be an opportunity for him to play the next level with the surgery, you know, it gets me emotional because I think he's one of the few guys that can have that ability to go play at the next level.
With so much uncertainty for his basketball future, Jake has worked harder than ever through extensive physical therapy to get back on the court and savor his senior year.
It's just who he is, though. He has this demeanor. He just comes in, goes to work, helps out where it's needed, and gives opinions, you know. But he also has that dog in him, too. Like, he started getting his bang outs. He started catching bodies. We call him the body catcher Jake. And I said, oh, there he goes, there he goes. So once I seen that, I said, he's ready to go.
And what's more, Jake proves he's the ultimate teammate, sacrificing his body perhaps more than anyone on the team. In fact, he leads the entire Capital Athletic League in charges taken, one of the most selfless and physically demanding acts on the basketball court.
Sometimes I cringe, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, I just always look at that, and he bounces right back up.
Regardless of what's going on with his back, he, presses through, plays as hard as he can. He just continues to sacrifice his body, to our chagrin sometimes, but he definitely just has a true love for the game.
Jake still hopes to play basketball collegiately post-surgery, at the very least to lead an active lifestyle. But for now, in his senior year, he has perspective.
I'm grateful. I know other people have it much worse than me, and so I'm just grateful that I'm able to finish it off this year. I'm just happy that I'm able to play, just be a part of the team.
In Sacramento, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Even with some scary moments on the court this year, Jake is determined to stick out his senior year, and he decided he will have surgery after his high school graduations this year so he can begin rehabbing and hopefully have a chance to play in college.
Yeah, and we did a story earlier this year on the Bay Area show on a Carondelet water polo player. She had the
Surgery went really well, yeah.
and she's back in the pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. All right.